Hello dear students, I hope that all of you are healthy and safe and your study is going on properly. As you know that your examinations are near to come. Okay. Now in today's lecture I will told you about the part third of solution. In this part I told you about the solubility of gas in liquid, that is the solution of gas in liquid. Are getting this point or not? So first of all you have to know that the solubility of gas in liquid depend upon. So first of all you can say that nature of gas. Second thing you have to know that effect of temperature. And third point you have to know that pressure, effect of pressure. Are getting this point or not? In effect of pressure I will discuss about Henry law. This is basically pressure is directly proportional to kH into mole fraction of gas. Let us focus on the first of all nature of gas. So just like you have given O2 and N2 gas, and one question is arises out of two gases which are easily soluble. In that condition, what will your answer? In that condition, O2 is dissolved more than nitrogen. So this can also depend upon the critical temperature. So the critical temperature of O2 is 154.2 nearly, and for critical temperature of nitrogen is 126.2 Kelvin. So this can also be understandable by critical temperature. More the critical temperature, more will be the, that means Eg will be the liquefaction of gas. In that condition O2 is more soluble than N2. Similarly, if one more chemicals are given to you, that is ammonia and HCl, and one question is asking out of both gas which are more soluble. So here ammonia is more soluble. Its critical temperature nearly 406, and for this 324 Kelvin. Again same answers can be repeated. Due to more critical temperature, Eg will be liquefaction. So that's why ammonia is soluble first than HCl. And out of ammonia and O2, ammonia is more soluble. Out of HCl and N2, HCl is more soluble in water. Are getting this point or not? One more things you can say here. By this I told you also, solubility depend upon interactions, nature of interaction also. So polar, that means polar solute, dissolving, polar solvent. Are getting this point or not? Here ammonia and HCl both are polar, so that's why they are highly dissolving water. So by this way you can also know either by critical temperature, either by interaction of force. This I also told you in previous lecture. Like dissolves like. So these are all about the nature of gas. Okay. More the critical temperature, more will be the solubility of gas in the given liquid. Now let us focus on the next important topic, that is temperature. So most of the times we have seen that aquatic animals want to live in the cold water rather than warm water. So what is the basic reason? So look at here, what happens basically? The gas plus solvent. What happens here? They form solution and plus heat is released. So first of all know the concept how the heat is released. So look at here. Now this is the water body. Okay, and you know that the surface water have unbalanced force. So these forces are known as unbalanced force. Are getting this point or not? Now O2 gas is passing through this surface, are captured by this. So this thing happens with us also. When we are in the running motion, what happens? And someone are captured to me at a time, particular time, that is at an instant of time. In that condition, what happens? Our body is heated. Okay, our body heated. In that condition, what happens? The reaction is going to the exothermic. Similar thing happening here. O2 is moving randomly. What happens here when they are captured by this unbalanced force? In that condition, what happens? The surface energy decreases in the form of what? Release of energy. In that condition, delta H should be what? Negative. So negative sign means, that means this reaction is exothermic. Okay. Now let us focus on the one important formula of gas. One important formula of thermodynamics, that is delta G equal to delta H minus T delta S. Delta H is the enthalpy, either exothermic or endothermic. In this case, this is exothermic, that's why the value is negative. Now what about the delta S? Delta S shows the randomness, that is change in entropy. Delta S means change in entropy, or you can say randomness. Now what happens here? That is disorder. Here disorder, now the gas are disorder, but after capturing, what happens? They are now ordered. In that condition, the delta S value equal to negative. Are getting this point or not? Now you know that for spontaneous reaction, the value of delta G should be negative for spontaneous reaction. Okay? For spontaneous reaction. Are you getting this point or not? And for this negative value, here only one negative content are there. Now look at here what happens. If the delta is negative, in that condition, now this value is look like this. Okay? So only one value give the delta G negative, that is delta H. So that's why one question is rising. How can you say that if the dissolution of O2 or any gas in the water or liquid is exothermic reaction? So by this way you can say that. Okay? Now this is non-favorable condition, but this is favorable condition. Now one more question is asking now, when increase in temperature take place, when we increase the temperature, now what happens? The T delta S value increases, and that condition what happens? Now G goes to positive conditions. That means now the reaction is non-spontaneous. So this will show that on increasing the temperature, what happens basically? The solubility of any gas decreases, and that's why the reason aquatic animals want to live in, where they want to live in cold water rather than in warm water. Are getting this point or not? So these are the facts about the temperature and the relation of temperature with the solubility of gas. Okay? Now let us focus on the most important things regarding the solubility of gas, that is known as pressure. So pressure has major role in the solubility of gas. So one diagrams are given in the book NCERT. Here the solubility of gas are shown like this. Okay? But when what happens? We apply the pressure. That means some pressures are applied here. In that condition, now the solubility of gas increases more. So this type of diagrams are given in the NCERT book. From this diagram, one question may be right. If this diagram are given and told you to write the answer by looking the diagram. Okay? So this diagram denote which law? Okay? And also write that law. Okay? So this type of question may be rising in the board examinations. Are you getting this point or not? So here pressure is minimum, so that's why solubility of gas is less. But on applying the more pressure, what happens? The solubility of gas is more. So this law can be explained by Henry. Okay? One more thing you can write like this: solubility. You can draw the graph like this: solubility and pressure. Okay? This type of graph may be asked to you. Look at here, the solubility of two gases are taken here. This is the O2 and this is N2. So this graph indicate what? Look at the condition. If pressure this side increases, solubility this side increases. So look the conditions of solubility of N2 and solubility of O2, and look the condition of pressure. So less pressure, more solubility. More pressure, less solubility. So that's why this denote that N2 is less soluble than O2 also. Okay? So that means by applying the pressure, we can increase the solubility. Okay? So now let us focus on the Henry law. So now let us focus on the Henry law. Here what happens? The Henry law can be given in two types. One, mass of gas directly proportional to pressure, that is in term of mass of gas. The solubility of gas directly proportional to pressure, and in term of mole fraction, it is also directly proportional to pressure. Okay, here if we remove the proportionality sign, so we get mass equal to K into P. Here K is constant. Similarly, in term of mole fraction, this can be written like this, equal to KH into P. So that's why we can write like this. What is the solubility of gas? Okay, that means you can write the formula like this. The pressure is directly proportional to solubility of what? Solubility of gas in term of mole fraction. Are getting this point or not? So we can write like this, P equal to KHX. Okay? Are getting this point or not? So this can be written like this, is solubility of what? Solubility of gas in term of mole fraction is directly proportional to pressure. Okay? Now look at here. What is the KH? Here KH is known as Henry law constant, and the value of KH are changed that depend upon the nature of gas and temperature. Okay, that means at same temperature the KH will be different. Okay, just for example, we have taken two temperature and two gases, that is at 293 of N2 gas, that means at 293 the KH for N2 and O2. The KH for N2 is basically 7648 kilobar, and for O2 is 34.86 kilobar. 34.86 kilobar. Are getting this point or not? So at same temperature, look at the condition. At same temperature, two gases have different value of KH. Now here what you can say that solubility, that means P by KH in term of solubility, that is mole fraction. Okay, so solubility is inversely proportional to KH. So that means more the value of KH, this will be the solubility, and hence this can say that N2 is less soluble than O2. Okay, in water. So by this way you can calculate the solubility of gas at given pressure. Okay. Now one question arises related to the KH. This question asked in the board examination. The Henry law constant value of two gases. Henry law constant of two gases are given like this: 21.5 and 49.5 atm are given. Okay. Now one question arises: which is more soluble, this or this? So this I told you. Lower the value of KH, more will be the solubility. So this is lower value, that's why this is more soluble in water. Are getting this point or not? So this is regarding the Henry law. Okay. Now let us focus on the what application of Henry law. This is also most important. Number of times the question arises from the application of Henry law. Application of Henry law. Okay, here three applications we have to study. First, the application of pressure on solubility of CO2 gas in soft drinks or cold drinks. This you can see in our daily life. No? So what happens here? To increase the solubility of CO2 gas in soft drinks, what happens here? Basically, in that conditions, we have to apply the pressure. Now the solubility of CO2 gas is more in soft drinks, and how we know that? When we open the lid of that soft drink bottles, so CO2 bubbles, that means effervescence seen. So that's why we can say that CO2 is dissolving in high pressure. One more examples are there of application of Henry law. Scuba diver. Okay, when they are going to the deep sea, what happens? You know that the pressure has one more formula, HDG. Okay, so down the group what happens? Gravity, so same but density are increasing. Okay, in that condition what happens? Pressure increases. So scuba divers facing some problem that is known as bending or decompression sickness, facing the bending or decompression sickness problem. So what happens here basically? When they go to the deep sea, in that condition what happens? The pressure is high. In that condition the solubility of gas is much more in the blood vessels. Okay, that is blood. Okay, in that conditions when they come outside of the sea, in that condition what happens? Here the to release the pressure. Okay, to minimize the pressure what happens? The blood vessels curve like this. Okay, due to pressure of gases which are dissolved at high pressure. Okay, now the pressure releasing, so that's why this type of effect are generated, and sometimes internal bleeding take place, and that's why the scuba diver die. So to avoid this condition, now what happens? They use the tanks. The tanks are filled with how much concentration of helium, how much concentration of nitrogen, and how much concentration of oxygen. So basically 11.7% of helium are filled in the tank. Okay, 32.1% oxygen are filled, and 56.2% nitrogen gas are filled. Are you getting this point or not? So this is the concentration of cylinder. So one question may be rising, okay, from this topic also. What is the percentage of nitrogen in the oxygen cylinder used by the scuba diver, or what is the percentage of helium? One more thing, helium is minimum soluble, that means less soluble in the water. So that's why the applying the pressure have no more effect. So that's why we can use the cylinder having the helium 11.7%. Okay, one more application of Henry, that is at high altitude. So what happens at high altitude? At high altitude what happens basically? So at high altitude what happens? Low concentration of O2 take place. Just we are facing this problem, na? If you are going to the mountain area, in that condition what happens? Our breathing is much more, na? Region, if there is less oxygen atom and we require more oxygen atom. So that's why what happens? The lungs have to do more and more work to fulfill their requirements. So that's why the region, the breathing problem takes place. Okay, and one conditions are developed that is known as anorexia. That means deficiency of oxygen, and due to this reason what happens? The fainting occurs. Due to this reason what happens basically? Sometimes the fainting occurs. Okay, and people generally suffer from weakness and inability to think. This is also happen by the low concentration of oxygen at high altitude. Okay, so these three applications are basically related to the Henry. This is also given, I have given the sheet also, and this is also given the NCERT book. Okay, so read that book and sheet, and you get more confirmation. Now, last point, limitation of Henry. Okay, so limitation means the first of all, we are talking about the pressure. So pressure not should high. Okay, temperature not should low. So first application is pressure is not too high and temperature is not very low. Second thing, if the gas do not combine with the solvent, they neither associate nor dissociate. Just like in case of ammonia, what happens here? They combine with the water and form NH4OH, and this will dissociate in NH4 plus and OH minus. Are you getting this point or not? So for ammonia we cannot apply the Henry law because they are highly soluble and they can also form product. That means they are chemically reacted, and after the reaction they will dissociate. Are you getting this point or not? Similar thing happened with the HCl also. Okay, HCl also are highly soluble in water. So that's why we cannot apply the Henry law for HCl also. Okay. Similarly for CO2, what happens here? CO2 also combined with the water and form carbonic acid. Are getting this point or not? So these are some application of and some limitations of Henry law. Okay. Now some more things you have to know that what if two type of solutions are given or solutions are given, you can say that is solvent given and one solution given. So one question arises that O2 or any gas can dissolve more in solvent or solution, that is sugar solution. So we can say that the solvency of gas decreases, okay, in that solution, but more in solvent. Okay. So non-electrolytes such as sugar, if present in the solution, and also that means if water contains sugar, so in that condition what happens? The solubility of gas is less, that will decrease it. Okay. So these are the some general facts regarding the Henry law. So now students, let us focus one question related to the Henry law. Look at here, the question given like this: if N2 gas is bubbled through water at 293 Kelvin, your temperature given 293 Kelvin, okay? How many millimoles? How millimoles? Okay, they are asking the millimoles. So first of all, we have to find the mole, and then we can find millimole. That means 10 to the power minus 3. Okay. Or for mole converted into the millimoles, in that conditions, what happens? 10 to the power 3. Okay. Of N2 gas bubbled with of N2 gas would dissolve in 1 liter of water. Here the volume of water given. So first of all, we can find the mass of water. So how we can find the mass of water? So we know that density equal to mass by volume. Here volume given 1 liter and density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube or ml. So by this way we can find mass equal to density into volume. Now density equal to 1 gram per ml and multiply by 1000 ml. ml will cancel. Now answer is 1000 gram. Are getting this point or not? So first of all we can find the mass of water. So here mass of water given 1000 gram. Are getting this point? Now assume that N2 exert a partial pressure of 0.987 bar. Here the pressure given the bar, okay, and H is also given the bar. So that's why no issue to change the pressure, okay. Otherwise we have to change the pressure. This I told you. If 1 atm equal to how much bar? 1.013 bar. If bar is given and you want to change the atm, so this can use, okay. But here no requirement of this. Now look at here. What happens? We can apply the formula Henry law. So we can write the Henry law formula P equal to Kh into mole fraction. Are getting this point or not? So now from here we can find the mole fraction. If we can find the mole fraction, then we can find the mole. This I know that the mole fraction equal to number of mole divided by total number of mole. So from this formula we can find the mole fraction. Now the pressure is given 0.987 bar. Okay, and this is given 76.48 kilobar. Kilo means 10 to the power 3 bar. Now after solving this, we get the answer nearly 1.29 into 10 to the power minus 5. So this is the mole fraction of the given conditions. Okay, that is the mole fraction of N2 basically. This is okay. Now we have to find the mole. So we know that if for mole, from mole fraction we have to write like this formula: N2 equal to NN2 divided by NN2 plus N water. We have to find the NN2. Okay, N2 given mole fraction we have find just now. And N2 of water, how we can find the N2 of water? The mass of water given how much? 1000 gram, molar mass 18 gram per mole, and this will give 55.5 mole. Are getting this point or not? Now we can say like this: and water is more than N2. Hence we can neglect what N2 from denominator. Okay, now the formula become xN2 equal to nN2 divided by n water we know, xN2 we know. Now we can find the nN2 equal to xN2 multiplied by nN2, that number of mole of water. Now putting this values, so we can find what nN2 equal to 1.29 into 10 to the power minus 5 xN2, and the number of mole of water is 55.5. So this will gives you how much answer? 7.16 into 10 to the power minus 4 mole. Okay, but we have to find what? Number of mole number of millimole. So what happens here? Now this equal to 7.16 into 10 to the power minus 4 and multiply by 10 to the power 3. So what is the answer here? 7.16 into 10 to the power minus 1. Okay, now minus 1 is given, so we have to move left side and right side. If we move the left side, in that condition what happens? This will be the positive value, and that's why now we get the answer this millimole. Are you getting this point or not? So by this way you can get the answer. Okay dear. So these are all about the Henry laws, their applications, limitations, and one numericals. Okay, now you can go through this topic from NCERT book and sheet and do some more questions given in the sheet also. Just like one more question is asking, why the aquatic animals are more comfortable in cold water? This I told you, that is more the at the more temperature, less will be the solubility, that means more will be the pH. Thank you dear students, have a nice day.